What's up, guys? This is reporting category 1 in our STAR Algebra 1 review book. So this is the station at the teacher table, and we're just going to kind of go over some notes, do some examples and whatnot, to give you some tips to help you on the STAR test. So reporting category 1 goes over exponent rules, laws of exponents, and factoring. So let's just get right into it. So we should know all of the laws. We know when we're adding polynomials, we combine like terms. So here we have 2x cubed, for example, combined with 6x cubed to get 8x cubed. And it's usually helpful to put some type of symbol around the like term so you know what goes with what. When you're subtracting, do the same thing. Don't forget to distribute the negative. That has been the most common mistake. So right here we would have 6x squared plus 4x minus 4, and once we distribute this negative, so essentially adding and changing the sign of everything. So plus 2x squared minus 8x plus 10, and then again you combine the like terms. So this is the same, these are the same, and these are the same. Alright, so after you combine those like terms, you get 8x squared minus 4x minus, or plus 6 rather. Alright, multiplying. You multiply the coefficients and then keep the base, add the exponents. When you have an exponent outside, that literally means you're doing that many times. So 8x squared times 8x squared times 8x squared. And then you do the same thing. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. X squared times x squared times x squared is x to the 6th. Alright, or you can just distribute this exponent to both, and when you have an exponent outside, you multiply, and you will get the same thing. Dividing, divide the coefficient, big numbers, coefficients, and subtract the exponents. And when you have negative exponents, they just switch places. So if I'm going through here, I see that my a squared is now at the bottom, b cubed stays at the top, this c moves to the top, and this d moves to the top. And that would be my final answer. Multiplying. When you're multiplying, each term occupies its own box. You got 2x plus 4, 3x minus 1, 2x times 3x is 6x squared, 2x minus times negative 1 is negative 2x, 4 times 3x is 12x, 4 times 1 is negative 4. Let me write out what's left. 6x squared, combine those, plus 10x minus 4. You could also use FOIL to multiply, but it's clearer when you use the box. Factoring. I am going to always use the x because it just makes it clearer. Remember, the term that goes at the top is a times c. A here is 1, so 1 times 8 is 8. B goes at the bottom. B here is 6. Factors of 8 that add up to 6, they are 4 and 2. So we put everything in our box. First term, first box, x squared. Last term, last box, 8. And then our two factors go into the other two boxes. It's got 4x, 2x, and then we factor across and up and down. You can factor out an x here, factor out a 4 here, factor out an x here, factor out a 2 here. So our factors are x plus 2 and x plus 4, which is option B. So do the same thing here. 2 times negative 40 is negative 80. Negative 11 goes at the bottom. So I need factors of negative 80 that add up to negative 11. And they are negative 16 and 5. So negative 16x, 5x, first term, last term. Factor across, notice only an x can come out here. 2x come out here, and we do know 2x times x is 2x squared. Factor out of 5 there, and a negative 8 here. So we got 2x plus 5 times x minus 8. So our answer is A. So notice it doesn't have both of them. It says which is a factor. It doesn't say both of them, just wants one of them. Alright, difference of squares. Difference of squares is a method that we use in factoring. You can still use our traditional factoring, but notice that the middle term is missing. With difference of squares, you want to look at both terms. For one, you want there to be a minus in between, and then both terms should be perfect squares. So x squared, the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 9 is 3. So then you take both of those, add them, and subtract them. Same thing here. Square root of 9x squared is 3x. Square root of 4 is 2. So you have 3x minus 2, 3x plus 2. So try those next 3 and see if you can do those. And long division. I'm not going to use long division. I am going to use the box method every time I have division. Now, what you can do is we know that this is the product. This is one of the factors. You can take this factor and multiply it by each of these and see which one gives you that. Alright, and you can do that with any answer choice. Alright, take this, multiply with each one. Take this, multiply, oh, this has a remainder. We did not do remainders, so I would not worry about that. I don't think we did remainders. Even if we did, don't believe it's tested, so don't worry about that right now. So right here, I have my area as x squared plus 2x minus 63. First term, last term. I don't know what these two are, but I do know they're going to add up to 2x. So keep that in mind. I also know one of the sides. I know this is x plus 9. Doesn't matter if you put it at the top or down the side. Now I'll just start filling in the puzzle pieces. X squared, what times x gives you x squared? We know that's x. I now know this box and this box, so I can multiply those. That's 9x. And hark, I know that this one and this one's going to add up to 2x, so I know this has to be negative 7x, making this negative 7. Alright, so my missing side is x minus 7. So try option 2. And that will wrap up reporting category 1's teacher station.